Right, here we are at Timbers on Tuesday, the 28th of October 2008, and it's exactly 1 week before we move. We have lived with the building noise, which hasn't been that horrendous. Over there we have a new mansion being built for the Morrison family, and Sarah Morrison's donkeys with their back to us, Paolo on the right and Esmeralda on the left. And the new buyers of Timbers, who are Kate Hemmings and her partner Jeff, are going to be coming in about half an hour to make their final visit before they move in next week. So I'm going to go on a tour of Timbers, and here we are in the porch with the food cupboard from Hungary or somewhere of that ilk, and the box that I covered to make it look somewhat more attractive, and the coir matting that we put down. We come now into the kitchen, which we have very much enjoyed using, particularly Adi, who's our star cook, and he's especially enjoyed the range cooker there. Curiously, this kitchen was fitted by Leeks of Devices, of Melksham even, and we have gone to them after much soul searching for our kitchen at Lansdowne Court. So the kitchen, and looking through from the kitchen into the dining room. So we walk through, and there is our long case clock that we bought from Salisbury. Good old Grapes of Wrath chest, which came from Dorking, and our table and chairs from the Red Lion in Petworth. Over here is the court cupboard. George Savage owned that at one time, and his picture is on the wall over here. We then move down through the passageway and into the sitting room. The ceiling wasn't plastered and boarded when we moved in, but we had that done. There is the Inglenook fireplace, and we look all around the sitting room with our special picture frame there that the children gave us. I'm going to end up in the video in the conservatory a little later. For now, we will go back through the outside porch door and just have a quick peek at the cloakroom with its pictures of Wedhampton on the wall and the family, and again looking nothing like it did when we purchased the house just less than 2.5 years ago. Again, the ceiling has been plastered and everything has been made so much better than when we purchased the property. So we come out of the cloakroom into the passageway. This is where the house at one time was divided into 2 cottages. One can see up there, so there we would be looking at the newer cottage, and here we are at the older cottage, back into the dining room and the Inglenook fireplace, and the very special markings that appear on the wall, if they'll come out in this video. And these apparently were to ward off evil spirits from making the chimney smoke. That's our reproduction little piece that came again from Salisbury, but not from a proper antique dealer. So up the stairs that we had filled in and carpeted, they were open tread and pine when we moved in, and up to the first floor. There is the settle and the scrap screen that came from Petworth, and which is being sold, as is this big tapestry of Moses in the bulrushes. So we move along the passageway and into what should be the master bedroom, but we have never used it as such. And It's always been for our guests, which has worked very, very well for us. And the ensuite bathroom, built into the ingle nook. And there it is. And a view of the bedroom from just outside the bathroom door. So we're then going to walk along the passageway glancing at the staircase that we came up by, and this is the family bathroom which Adi has used as his whilst we've been here. We've had one bathroom each, which is a luxury that I don't expect we'll have again. So there it is, the other bathroom, small but perfectly formed. Looking back down the corridor, out of the window where Roger and Leslie live opposite at the barn, and looking to our bedroom, which we'll come to in just a moment, and the smallest bedroom, which we've actually improved a lot since we've been here by judicious rearrangement of the furniture, so that now I think it looks really nice now that it's time to say goodbye. Although this bedroom is a comfort in that it's actually a lot smaller than the bedrooms that we will have, so shows what can be done, and we must just do it again, which we know we can. And then finally into our bedroom, which we chose because we wanted to have the wibbly wobbly floors and ceiling, and it's worked incredibly well, so that when we're sitting in bed we have this view with the small linen press from Kent, and one can sit in bed and press the button and the television works, and everything is really just how we wanted it to be and how we envisaged it. So coming back, we have a cupboard which isn't very tidy, but then we are moving in a week, and here is the cupboard that once was one of the staircases with the great big printer that's wirelessly connected to everything, and that works very, very well. And I'm just going to walk back the way that I came, with an eye on how much space there is left. I think we only have about a minute's worth left on this disc, but if I can, before it dies, I'm going to go out of the kitchen, back the way we came, through the door, to the porch, and then to the driveway, and into the back garden.